Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Talk Soup du Jour, and this is Yvonne Gallagher, and I am here with some family members, but I'm here for a purpose. You guys got to scoot together a little bit more. There we go. Okay. They like to be close. But COVID doesn't matter here because we're all family, and
families can't pass it.
No, we can't pass it. So what we're talking about today is we have a great diverse group. They are my family, but they're very diverse. We have a senior in high school at Lima Christian. We have a sophomore. No, freshman. Wait, second year, first year?
Second year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Your second year. Your second year at Flick.
Yeah.
Okay. Finger Lakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then we have a teacher at Lima Christian. So all very much affected by COVID, but in different ways. So tell me a little bit about your lives before COVID-19 hit.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I kind of lived in two places. I lived here and I lived at my best friend's house. So like I would be able to, and I always insert myself in the middle of a bunch of stuff. Like I'm always doing things. I'm not just staying in one place for too long. So I packed up all my stuff from her house when I heard this was going to happen and came back here. And so that was kind of a big deal because I missed those guys a lot. They became like my second family. And then also just this is my last year at Flick. I'm going to RIT this coming year in the fall. So it's my senior year at Flick. And we don't know if graduation will happen. Anyway, so yes, sorry. So Flick was going really well. Everything was going well.
Yes.
I was getting good grades. I was working on some senior projects. Mm-hmm. And I was finally making friends at Finger Lakes. And we were actually hanging out like outside of school. So... yeah, it was looking to be a really good year.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, senior?
Well, it's hard. Like our whole senior year was kind of the same. We all in our class, we all really like each other, which is not very common, I guess, for senior classes. So
but you guys are a small class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a smaller school, so it's great. Like you guys were just
so if it's bad, it's really bad.
Big group of friends.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, but we were all getting really close and getting really excited for our senior trip and everything. And just kind of, it was we had just switched the semester. Well, not just, but we were a month or two into it. I don't know how far. So we had new classes together, and so we were starting those and getting used to those. And some of our hard classes, we were all dreading together.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because they didn't always
it's like a good dread.
Yeah. They didn't always like each other though. Like 2 years ago, their class was pretty in opposition with very cliquey. But before everything hit, she was like, we're all actually really getting to like each other. Everyone's getting along so well.
Our class has come so far that now that we're in such a good place, it was definitely
so you guys were both ramping up to something good. And Teach, what about you?
It was going along as normal, getting ready for the art show. There's a Livingston County art show, so I was pulling all the artwork for that and telling kids, finish up your projects. It's going to be, I want to put it in the show. Getting ready for our formal, which is a lot of fun at Lima, and we're starting to plan who's going to be the MC and what are we going to have for the dinner and what are we going to have for entertainment. And I had reached out to people and set up the entertainment, and so everything was going towards the spring, and Sophia and a bunch of the kids were ready to do a performance of Mary Poppins, a musical.
Oh my gosh, and I was so excited to see it too.
So much for it, and we were all really excited. And this was the day the schools got shut down, and so we were ready to go to the performance.
Yeah, right. It was the Thursday that we found out.
Thursday before. So it was their dress rehearsal. They found out the night of their final dress rehearsal.
But that was it.
So school was, ramping up for all of the spring activities and getting ready for senior trip and softball and
a missions trip.
Yeah. So lots of stuff was just about to happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah. So tell me, what changed? I know everything changed, but what specifically, what really hit you guys that, oh my, are you kidding me? And I know at first it was almost not real? Like, is this really happening? What is it really going to affect? Are we really going to have to like stop everything? Is this
Right.
going to kind of pass over?
Yeah.
And obviously it has not. It's impacted everything.
Yeah.
So how did your world change?
Well, the weirdest thing has been taking art classes and putting them online.
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to, I'm an art major and I have a bunch of paintings to do and figure drawing. Like, how are we going to do figure drawing online? Figure drawing, we all sit in a classroom, you've done it, and we look at a model and she poses, he poses for us, and we draw her or him, and we can't do that online.
So she hasn't asked you guys to.
No. I have, but they won't do it.
You told her to use her cat.
Yeah, I was going to say you could use your cat.
Yeah, we have to shave him because
that's true.
And it's more realistic.
This is really bizarre.
Yeah. So that's been super weird. We've only been able to draw from like books or like specific videos made for this kind of thing. And so that's been pretty weird. Also, a lot of my teachers don't know how to use the things they have, like Zoom.
I couldn't use Zoom the other day. We were trying to do like a family conferencing with Chris's side. And I'm like, I couldn't.
So my one math teacher, I love him. If you're watching, Joe, I love you so much.
She's not making fun.
No, he's so funny, but he like has been trying to do all of his lessons over email.
Oh.
And his typing skills are terrible. I don't think he has autocorrect on his computer, and I don't think he checks his email before he sends it. So they've been so confusing. And then today I got an email, and he said that he would just have a conference call over this weird platform I've never heard from 3 to 4. And he doesn't know if anyone can make it. If no one can, he said that's fine. So the weirdest thing has been classes online. There doesn't feel like a structure anymore. And I didn't think it would be like this. We thought at school that we would be able to at least consider lab classes to be able to, like, they thought lab classes, you'd be able to all go in as long as you were safe.
Yeah.
We were going to consider painting as a lab class because we have to have studio time. And that wasn't able to happen. We quickly saw that. But we were like, oh, yeah, this thing isn't so bad. We're going to be able to at least see each other.
Like semi-normality,
but no.
Not at all.
That didn't happen at all.
Yeah.
So that's been really weird.
Yeah. Now, senior chick, I know, like, this has been crazy.
Yeah. So, softball I've played ever since 8th grade, and I'm now in 12th grade. And so, missing out on that season is, like, a really big bummer.
I know. Were you even considering, like, playing in college or trying?
Yeah, I was thinking about playing in college, especially just so I don't have to do a gym. But
Amen.
Truth be told.
I'm going to try to get Megan and maybe Leah, Leah's an alumni from our school, and Megan is graduating with me to hopefully play with me at FLCC.
But still, senior year.
Right.
Yeah.
With like the coach that I've had since 8th grade.
Yeah.
Definitely that is a miss. And same like online classes. Some of our teachers are just trying so badly not to have to use it. Like I'll do whatever you need, just please don't make me go online. Yeah. But I think they're all starting to like cave in, just like we kind of have to.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, and I think we were probably all waiting to be able to go back, or hearing that schools are opening back up again.
This feels like a waiting period for sure.
Yeah, but now it's a definite negativo. It's not going to open back up. You guys are going to be finishing out your year in your homes, which is crazy. So obviously then too, you were talking about your senior trip.
Yeah, senior trip will probably be canceled, which at this point I was talking to Zeke, who's also in my class, and my cousin.
Oh, Zeke.
Zeke, yes.
Oh, him.
I
was talking to
video
him.
with him.
And he was like, I think at this point, even if we did go back and the trip was canceled, but we still could be at school, we just couldn't go because we were going to go to the Adirondacks.
Right.
Even if we couldn't go, I'm sure that we'd still love just being together more than anything.
Yeah.
Less of even just going on a trip, just being together. Because we do like each other. So
yeah. Oh, well, yeah, which is unusual for a family. I kind of like you guys too.
That's good.
That's nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So yeah, definitely. So you've missed out on your senior trip. You missed out on a missions trip that you were planning on doing.
Missions trip that was in April.
Yeah.
That we missed. But they were still able to. We sent money down. They were still able to do some work there, and we got some pictures back, so that was good. And it might be rescheduled for June, but that's looking less.
I know. I'm thinking June is like too early. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Like I'm thinking end of April, but now we're looking at summer, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So then if it does go into June, then there goes like graduation and graduation parties.
Yeah. So when all of this finally the new normal or whatever happens, we'll talk about that. The one thing that you guys are going to do when all of this passes over.
Yes.
So, art teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you been doing? Well, okay, so you have a really cool thing that you've done too, but tell me how it's affected.
Okay, so the thing that I probably saddest about is I had started a brand new class this semester, and it was an advanced painting class, and we were using water mixable oils, and I had a group of, I think I had about 12 students in it, and it really is, you have to be, as Olivia was saying, you have to be there to do it, because I was teaching them a new product, a new medium, and they don't all have it. We had it at school, and it was a step-by-step. So that's the one that I'm the saddest about. Everything else, I think I've laid a really good foundation for my students, and although the hard thing now, I have been doing distance learning with them, and I've been making videos and all kinds of things that are great, but the kids can only use what they already had at home. Right. So if you have to reduce it to the common denominator. Okay, what are they going to have at home to use? Right. So everybody probably has a pencil and paper, and that's all I can really assume that they have. So every lesson needs to be based on some sort of use of those kinds of things. And then add on things. If you have markers at home, and if you have this, so they're more of an extension project for them. So that's been a little bit, not so much tricky, just sad for me as an art teacher that they haven't had a chance to really delve into pastels and charcoals, all these things that we've been using this year. Right. And doing some really cool projects that had to be left sitting at school and undone. That's been a bummer. But the good thing is that this helps me to really find out how much did they understand about some of the basics that I've been teaching them, because now I'm not right there. Right. I'm doing YouTube videos for them. Yeah, and we'll talk about that later. Then they're sending me their drawings, and then I can assess, did they understand what I've been teaching them for the last, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Right. Or are they missing some of the things because now they don't have a teacher right there to say, remember I taught you this. Now they have to remember it on their own, some of the things. Right. But I'm really proud of them because they've been doing a lot of work. A really good job. And some of them have been doing projects totally on their own and sending me those. And that's been exciting.
Okay. So very cool. So I wanted to launch into that next. Like, what has this all brought about? And part of it, so we'll start right here. So because of COVID and having to teach, your students from home, there's a really positive thing that's come out of all of this, because I've seen some of their artwork and I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. This came out of a what? Not like it's been really I wouldn't say Picasso because this was kind of whacked, but they've got a Renoir, or I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. So really, I think for your students, what you've instilled in them, what this brought about was it actually pushed them in ways maybe they didn't even think they could do without you present, but they've gone above and beyond.
Yeah. So I think a couple of things have happened. One, I have been thinking about doing some not online necessarily, but YouTube classes or videotaping what I do and get it out there and see if there's any interest in it. But there's never time to do that because you're teaching and you're being a mom and you're doing all your stuff. So
these girls are kind of crazy. So
and I have to steal them. They have to be around to show me how to do all this stuff. So we're never around at the same time. So guess what? Now I'm home. They're home. I know, it's captive audience. Mix. And I can say, hey, you guys, how do I do this? How do I get my YouTube? They were the ones that helped.
Can I borrow you guys just for a little bit?
They're awesome. So I
need you desperately.
They helped me to create a YouTube channel, and so my students can use it, but I've also been putting information on Facebook and Instagram so that hopefully other people can utilize it too.
And they have too. I've seen. It's been fun. So you got to talk right before you get done talking. You got to make sure you're Mama G. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so that's been a really cool thing. Yeah. But another cool thing has been that students are telling me, Mrs. Garlock, we look forward to the art. The art has been a stress reliever for some of the kids. Yeah. So even the art lessons that I have, or they've been doing some of their own things and sending me, here's what I did. Mrs. Garlick, can I get extra credit? I'm like, yeah, you could have extra credit. So that's been fun. Really cool. And lastly, and then I'll let these guys talk, because I love to talk. I was trying to get out of this, but Yvonne wouldn't let me get out of it. And now I'm just talking.
Now I'm kind of recanting.
So yeah, exactly. Something that I found really cool is that these guys also got me on Instagram. And on Instagram is a great art platform. And a lot of people share freely information about different mediums and techniques. And so when I see one now that I think one of my students will like, if I know they're on Instagram, it's really cool. I can send them stuff and say, hey, check this out. Yeah, live streams, cool. Check this out. There's a really cool artist that I follow. And it's fashion design, but it's also figure drawing.
And they do free tutorials.
And it's free.
You need to send that to me.
It's awesome. So I sent it to the kids and I said, hey, tune in at such and such a time and I'll be there. And it was kind of cool because last week I was sitting there, I tuned into the live stream and then up pops one of my students. I can see who's joined and I'm like, oh my gosh, Cassidy's on.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's really neat to see that the students are responding to that too. So the cool thing is they're learning from lots of other people besides me.
Yeah.
But it's fun to be able to say, hey, I think this might be something that they like. So it's just a cool way to connect with them still because you feel like you're not connected. Yeah. I'm like, hey, you guys, I love you. I'm thinking about you. Check this out.
Yeah.
So, and then, yes, as Yvonne said, I have a YouTube channel.
You had time
Mama
to create.
I had time to create it. Mama G. It's a little difficult to find because it's kind of new.
You don't,
difficult. It doesn't just,
it doesn't show up right away.
You a link because then you can put that in the
but if you check out my Facebook page or Instagram,
yes.
My Instagram is Masterpiece8, but it's PEACE. So Masterpiece8 is my Instagram.
Yeah.
And my Facebook is Michelle Garlock. If you look up either one of them, you'll find the link.
Or Garlock Michelle, whichever one.
I think it's Garlock Michelle. Because I didn't have them to set it up.
Yeah. She forgot how her name went. Okay. So.
First name.
Hey.
This is kind of fun. Okay. So, Olivia, obviously a lot has changed. We talked about some of the changes. What are some of the positives and negatives? How are you kind of feeling right now?
Well, it's taken me a while. It's like kind of going through the 5 stages of grief.
They talked about that actually. Yeah.
So at first,
denial.
At first it was denial.
I think we're all in denial. This will pass by. What is this? This is nothing.
Yeah. So
it won't happen to us.
Right. So I was like confused at why I couldn't go see people. I was confused at why I couldn't like do things even if I was being safe.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like, it seems so disconnected from you, and you're just, and you hear mixed messages like, oh, it's just a media, a
media hype. Yeah, they're just using it. Whatever it is.
It's just a flu. It's just this. It's just that. So it's like so much information. You're like, well, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, but that, it was not. I'm glad that I didn't because I think more has come out. So. Yeah, I was definitely first in denial. And then I just kind of, I went through the motions a little bit, not being able to see people because I'm such an extrovert. Like, I definitely get my energy by hanging out with people.
Amen.
And not being able to see people, it makes me feel like, it actually makes me want to be more isolated because, like, it's hard to, it's harder to be an extrovert over social media. Like we need like physical like interaction. It's more exhausting because you put more into it and you don't get as much out of it. But when you're with people, you give it. It's a give and take.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Yeah. So that's been kind of hard. The good thing is spending time with my family. I definitely agree with that. I think that
even your sister. Really?
Yeah. No, just kidding. Yeah. Definitely Sophia too. We haven't had that many arguments since we've been isolated together. We had a lot more before.
Oh, you guys
poker we do, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like professional poker players now?
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
Poker is a very vicious time. We have it every night and there are always arguments.
How in the world did you get started on poker?
The Prince and
my cousins got us started.
Nothing good comes out of New Jersey.
That's right.
It's absolutely true. But I got these poker chips that I have right here. And then I brought them down and I was like, I want to teach you guys. I'll teach you guys to play poker. So they were really confused the first night and then they got into it. And my dad, it's like every night he wants to play. And mom too, she's getting into it too.
Are you getting it? Oh my Lord.
Oh,
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Well,
I was on a winning streak and then I kind of gave up.
It's kind of,
so I'm losing now.
It's kind of balanced, except I feel like I don't win very much.
No.
You're the winner.
But now I'm on a losing streak.
Dad is probably won the most.
And he is the one that brags the most too.
Yeah, he'll get his chips.
I just can't see that.
And he says, "Somebody take a picture of these," or something like that.
So that's been a good thing, is being able
Poker
to do that.
is a positive that's come out of this.
Yes.
Family time.
Oh, that's right. I meant family time.
Soon we'll add like the actual money aspect to it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have any money.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to like barter after a while. No one's gonna have any money after a while.
You should bet your cat.
I know. I was just thinking
Oh,
that.
we could put
I'll
the
bet
cat.
Wyatt.
We'll put the squirrels in.
No one wants him, but I do.
Oh, that's
He's
good.
fat and
I
angry.
like
Squirrels
it.
don't have any context yet.
That's true.
So yeah,
They will in a minute.
that's definitely the good things that have come out of this, is spending more time with my family. I do miss my friends a lot, but like they've put time into just driving by my house and waving at me.
That is really
And
cool.
making care packages.
And making care packages. I get letters, I get care packages.
You know, this is the kind of stuff that used to happen before, like, you know,
right.
the whole global internet,
Yeah.
whatever, you know, when we were far away. I remember, like, being at college and getting, like, a letter from grandma
Yeah,
and having, like, dried leaves in there and, like, crying.
Yeah.
But no one even, like, writes letters or, you know.
No, so I've
it's-
been writing letters.
Isn't
and
that cool?
It feels a lot more fulfilling than just texting somebody.
Totally does.
And I think, like I said, it gets very exhausting putting all of your time into your phone. So I think that doing things like making care packages, even though you don't get as much, like, you don't
Back
get
and
to see
forth?
the reaction, you
Yeah,
don't get
right.
as much back and forth. It's more fulfilling. So that's one of the things we've been doing that I think I will carry on doing that.
That's very cool.
After
Almost
this
like taking a step back in time, but not, because you realize, like, the importance, which you wouldn't have before.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have to.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what about you, girl?
Um,
What are some of the positive, negatives? Yeah.
So we said this without context, but squirrels. We
The
have
squirrel. Yes, she has squirrels.
we have 3
Squirrel.
baby squirrels upstairs.
They're so cute.
They're really cute, and so I am making sure that they get strong and healthy. They're only 6 weeks old right now.
Yeah.
Their tails are finally starting to like fill out and make
Look
them a
like
little
rodents
more
anymore.
squirrely. They sound like, we call them pigs because
they grunt.
They make little grunting. Yeah.
They're so cute.
Oh, that's
Pig
so
sounds.
cute.
Mhm.
They love bananas. They love anything sweet. They love apples. They love peanuts, almonds.
So when I'm called a squirrel, maybe that's probably
That's
I pretty much
100%.
that's my diet right there. Yeah,
And you grunt all
I do grunt. Well, I snort when I laugh.
That's true. You're a squirrel.
I'm a squirrel. Shoot.
Oh,
Anyway.
art too. We've
Yeah.
all been doing
That's
a lot of.
I know. So this is a really cool advantage. Not everybody has this at home. You guys are completely blessed.
I
You're living with a
know.
teacher, you know, which is really cool. And she's kind of crazy and nutty like her daughter. So then this is all like a crazy little mess of fun.
It's an art commune.
It's an art commune. It is an art commune.
Poor dad.
So listen, anybody listen, if you want to just like stop by, you can be part of the art commune
You
just 6
can't.
feet away.
Yeah, 6 feet away.
She can teach
can
you
look
through
in
the
the
window.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. So, you know, the cool thing is, you know, I know a lot of people are being like so like negative. I know it's really hard because none of us are in like the healthcare, you know,
Right.
we're not out there on our
Right,
feet
right,
for
right.
like 18, 20 hours, whatever, and doing crazy stuff. But it's awesome to hear like positive from you guys. Like, I know it's obviously really hard. You're missing your senior year, which is life changing. You'll never get that back, but you'll move forward.
Right.
You know, this
It
is all
doesn't
part of
stop.
your
Yeah.
history.
So,
Yeah, but you'll never get that back. So that's pretty wild. For you, maybe it's a little bit different because you're, you know, second year of college, you know, it's a little bit different,
Yeah.
but still you're missing some of that, you know.
Yeah.
But you're a teacher and these kids are not going to get back, you know.
my seniors.
Your
It's all-
seniors are not
she's
going to
our-
get back.
She's our homeroom advisor, so like
Yes.
even more so. And it's her
Oh.
daughter's class and her.
Right. So this
nephew's class,
senior,
like-
the senior trip, you know, that I would
Yeah.
be
Even
there.
my dad
for
would
them.
be there
Yeah,
for the senior trip. He
yeah.
was so excited. He did not want that
It's
to
gonna be the last
Yeah.
senior trip I get to go.
They are
He was on
an
mine.
amazing group of kids, and
Yeah.
that is really hard to let them go. And if we don't get back to school, you know, who knows? Right now,
Even just a week.
yeah,
Just like give us a week back in school.
I
so
know. Or
nice.
even when school, even if it's over, like have us something like a, like a, what do you call
guys-
it?
I'm
these
sure
guys
we
will. They'll have.
Okay,
they'll
okay.
have a quick
Like a locket. I was going to call it a shut-in,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
A locket.
Shut down.
A shutdown.
Down,
Yeah,
that's
have-
what
have
it
it.
is.
We're
Yeah,
already
yeah, we're already there. So, what do you guys see happening? You know, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen or when it's really going to get back to. It's not really normal, the new normal. What do you feel like is going to happen in your lives when this finally? You know, obviously, they're talking about like a resurgence in the fall, so we might have a little bit of like the summer to kind of
Yeah,
like get ready
maybe.
for this. But what do you think is going to happen
I
What are
don't
we
know.
planning?
when we're no longer,
What are
you know,
we
having
planning right
Well,
now?
yeah,
shut
we
in.
wanna go on like a road trip with our friends for sure. But
Hallelujah.
also, one of our friends has a cottage. That's where I want to go
Yeah.
first, because then we can not have to do a whole lot of planning. We already know everything. We
Just go and just
relax,
just squat.
board
who cares?
games, do all the stuff we would normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretend everything is back to
Boat.
normal.
You know,
Go on the
it's,
boat.
it's right on the water,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
that's-
yeah.
definitely something we want to do right when we're allowed to. And then also the road trip, we actually, it feels very cathartic to plan it, even though nothing can happen now.
Yeah.
It feels cathartic to talk about it. So
Yeah.
like last night we were upstairs having this group FaceTime call, and we were
Oh, that's
all
awesome.
like, okay, where do you guys want to go? All right, let's plan the route. Let's
Mhm.
see what the plane prices are to get a plane there, and then maybe take a car back, and then rent a car, and then
Yeah.
and then
Even though everything's
drop it off
changing,
somewhere.
yeah.
Everything's changing, yeah, but
Yeah, but who cares?
but who
Because
cares?
at least it's
We
like
can
it's like
still-
hopeful.
we can still figure stuff
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So we were all talking about that last night and talking about what our dream places would be to visit in America, and that was really nice to talk about, even if we found out some things that aren't amazing, like the renting age limit is 21. If you're
How
18,
ridiculous
it's a
is that?
surcharge.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a surcharge of
Because you guys are
$25
partiers,
a
so
day.
you trash stuff when you're 18. Not when you're
Gosh.
21, though. You're totally
I'm
well
gonna be
behaved.
20.
when You're 21.
Your brain doesn't fully develop till you're 20.
I'm gonna be 20, so I can.
I think mine's delayed. I'm
What happened to us?
still waiting. I'm still waiting for that.
You'll
I'd
get
say.
there.
Oh, really? You think
Yeah.
so? There's hope. I am a squirrel, after all.
Yes.
Your cat set you back because he's too whack.
He's just,
Off the wall.
yeah, I know. He's special needs.
He's
He
beautiful,
is special
though.
needs.
He's very special.
Have I told you guys what I want to do
No, tell
when
us
I
what
get
you
done?
wanna do.
She's
The
waiting for an
same
empty
thing.
house. She
She's gonna-
can't wait. She's going to party when you guys are
She
gone.
is upset
What do you
about
think?
us leaving.
She's going to
Okay.
cry.
So yes,
Ride
I
your
will
horse.
cry.
Oh.
I'm gonna ride my horse.
Oh, yeah.
She wants to ride a horse so bad.
So you haven't been up there to ride?
No,
Okay.
because so one of the most difficult things for me as a mom has been, it's not been staying home with them. It's not been that we can't go anywhere because I love to be with them. I could be an introvert, believe it or not. I could be an introvert
I know
and
you
just
can
paint
be, yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
And that'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's trying to keep my children home and have them not be sad, especially
I know.
Olivia. My heart breaks for her. And so I can't in good conscience go out and do to me.
Right.
I've told them, this is my stand. We don't leave the house. The only time I leave the house is if I have to go get food or if I have to deliver something that just has to be someplace. I don't go for recreation. That is not fair to them because I'm telling them
'Cause
you
you're not
cannot have
allowing
your
them to.
friends over. You cannot go hiking. I'm so sorry. But I really feel like if I'm going to make a commitment to be sacrificial
Mhm.
for the benefit of people I don't even know. If
Talk
I'm
about
asking
the
my
walk.
kids to do that, then I have to do it too. So
Yeah.
so I can't go, even though it's only a half an hour and yes, I'd be riding outside and I wouldn't be around anyone.
They can't go.
It's
They can't
the
do.
role model. I
Yeah.
cannot do it.
Yeah, so it's a sacrifice. So that's what
Yeah.
you're going to do.
Yep.
You're going to ride.
I'm gonna go ride.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so one last thing before we close. What can you say to the people that are going to be watching this that are maybe what's a tip? Maybe something that you can leave with them. Some thought about what you've gone through, something good that's come out of this, something.
Maybe start a new hobby.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Try to do something you haven't done before. There's
Mhm.
plenty of videos and people talking about
DIY stuff. Yeah, check out Mama G. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, check
A
it out.
bunch of people are actually banding together as much as they can in this time. People are offering free classes. Like Adobe
Yeah.
the other day
Awesome.
was one
It's
of their
really cool.
$1,000 classes. They were selling for $35.
Oh my gosh.
How much was it? $35?
Yeah, it was
Something like that.
$6.
So they were selling a class for that much because everyone realizes that you need to kind of do something to help people.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of free classes out there.
Yeah.
There's tutorials by amazing artists that would normally be able to make more money off of them, but they just
I bought a free
Like a free-
face mask pattern
Yeah.
because it's usually it was only $6, but they
But they're
had it
giving it
free.
away.
It was free. Yeah.
Something
really
fun that I think, and probably everybody. I'm old, so I wouldn't have known. Oh, sorry, I wouldn't have known about this. But my kids have watch parties, which I think
What?
is
Oh,
so
yeah.
What
much
is that?
fun.
So fun.
So this is something you can do. So for anyone out there who doesn't know what it is,
You won't be able to explain it.
I
She
can't
knows.
explain. So I'm looking to you to explain
Well, what's
it.
a watch party?
Okay.
You like to watch
So,
people?
it's
Okay,
You
go
have,
ahead.
to
fun.
have,
It's very
you have
weird.
to have Netflix, and then you can download an extension called
Oh.
Netflix Party, which then when you're watching it, you send a link, And then
Yes.
there's this little drop down of a chat, so you can chat.
So you can chat well
And watch.
And
And
everyone,
watch a movie.
if one person pauses it pauses for all of you. If one person fast forwards it for
Oh,
all
that
of you.
is funny.
But we like to be able to hear each other and comment. So we have
It's like Mystery Science Theater.
we have the Netflix party on the computers, and then we FaceTime everyone on the phone. So we have
We all-
6
They
people
got all
on the
these
phone.
devices.
No,
That
but
is
we-
awesome.
And we are on the computer. We have
Yeah.
our earbud in for the computer so that they won't hear the feedback
Right.
from the Netflix. And then we're watching Netflix and we all comment on what we're seeing. And
They have
just
a
like we
blast.
normally would.
Mhm.
And
Oh my
it's
gosh.
really fun. It makes you feel like you're all watching stuff together. So we like, and it's given us more time to watch more movies that we've never seen. So like looking in the genre you like, you can try out movies you haven't seen before. It gives
Yeah.
you more time. And you can try it out with people.
Yeah.
If you download
And if you don't like, if somebody else likes, it's kind of funny anyway because
Yeah,
you're all like
right? Yeah.
commenting on it.
And if you
That's
have
so cool.
Netflix Party is a free extension.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I need to get that.
Mhm.
We don't have. Can you help me with that?
Yes.
It might be hard though.
If I will, I
If you have a
can write
computer.
down the
Yeah.
steps to do it, or
That'd
if
be
you
great.
go home, we can call them.
Yeah. Because I don't. Uncle Chris and I, we get violent with technology.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But you guys, thank you so much.
yeah,
You've
thanks,
you've
Mom.
actually like I don't know. You've given me hope because I keep seeing. We watch news. I think that's another thing too. We're
Yeah.
too like
Don't.
over. Thank you. Don't.
Yeah.
There's way too much like negativity out there. We need to know what we need to know to be safe, and then I think we should turn it off because it's pretty crazy. And just pray for
we're
those.
Do everything we can here. We're safe here as long as we're
Yes.
not going out. If we're going out, maybe we need to know what to do.
Yeah, with
For sure, but if
wear
we're
a face
staying
mask,
here-
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's all bad news. Like I want some good news.
Yes.
And
Thank
like,
you.
have you seen The Office
Oh
at
yeah.
all? So you know John Krasinski who plays Jim.
Yes.
He put out this new YouTube channel in the midst of all of this called Some Good News, and it is just him giving good news from the week, like
Oh my gosh.
good
And that
things
is-
that people have done for
It's just been so, like,
frontline workers.
pushed out of the media.
Yeah,
all the good
so-
things.
Yeah.
So that's a cool channel that I literally just was watching this morning. But
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you guys are all together encouraging each other. And
Mhm.
I think you have a really awesome perspective too. Like you're changing with what needs to be changed instead of fighting it and then doing what you can do and contacting. I think the biggest thing is contacting one another any way that you can. Like you said, even like beeping by somebody's house, sending them a care
Yes.
package, a letter.
yeah,
It's huge just to encourage one another.
Yeah.
That's really huge.
definitely.
Well, we'll see what happens when all this gets back to the new normal.
Whatever that is, yeah.
Yeah. But I
Sounds
think
good.
there's some awesome things that have come out of this.
Mhm,
and
yeah.
I think we can definitely focus on that too. Just reconnecting.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching today with Talk Soup du jour. I can't even say it. Hey, look at that. Yvonne Gallagher with my family, Michelle, Olivia, and Sophia Garlock. Thanks so much, you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Bon.
And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it. Talk Soup du jour. Check it out. More videos to come. Be encouraged.